I love it, man. I love it. I really want to know if they're going to start hinting at things. I don't think they'll throw a big Blade reference out there at the moment. I mean, they're just planting a seed. But Kang could be something that is a big setup right here. Hey everyone, Double Toasted Live is heading to New York on September 10th, my birthday weekend, and tickets are on sale now. All access and VIP passes are going pretty quickly, so go on over to doubletoasted.com or xlentertainment.com/double-toasted-Brooklyn and get your tickets today. Hey everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts. This show needs no introduction, so we'll just play the trailer as we talk. But Loki has been a favorite amongst all the Marvel fans out there. Some of them are saying that this is, and it's just my humble opinion, but this is the best Marvel show that they've done on Disney Plus so far. I just love how weird it is, yet remains coherent and even deep, taking these characters in places I've never seen them before. Of course, you know, location-wise and special effects-wise and everything, but, you know, just some of the depth of humanity that we're getting out of these characters, too, and all this crazy shit. Let's just call it the way it is.
It's a well-done show.
It's a well-done show. You know, just a recap of the premise here. You know, Loki is taken by the Time Variance Authority because he's a variant that is causing all of these branches of the timeline to go crazy. So they bring him in. They say, well, you know what, Loki? Yeah, you know, you're an asshole. Yeah, but you know, believe it or not, there's a bigger asshole than you out there named Loki. Actually, it's you. And who else to catch a Loki than a Loki? Because we've tried and it hasn't worked. They've been on many adventures right now. Loki, as expected, got away for a little bit. Discovered that the Loki that he's looking for is not quite himself. Yeah, it's a Loki, but it's a Loki with a vagina. And don't even want the name Loki. It's Sylvie. Sylvie and Loki go on many adventures together. They end up in one of the apocalyptic scenes where they can stay because this girl Loki, Sylvie, has been hiding in apocalyptic scenarios because that's the end.
Yeah, the TVA won't look there.
They don't know because there's nothing else continuing after that. They almost died in the last episode in one of the apocalyptic branches that have spun off from the timeline. I actually I didn't make it. I read it, and I guess it didn't go like that because I thought, well, they'll surely save this planet and they'll be able to.
You can see the look on their face. Saving the planet was never something that even crossed their minds.
I was wondering how they're going to do it, and they said, well, we won't. Those portals open up like, oh, thank God. And those people like, hey, what about us? Bam. Yeah, they didn't save the planet, so they were saved by the TVA, but brought into authority. And now this is where we are starting to get the episode 4 out of 6 episodes. Episode 4 is where we're starting to get some really great reveals.
This is the turning point.
It's the turning point. The TVA, I told you from episode 1, those motherfuckers are up to no good.
Yep.
I said there's something not shady, sinister about these people.
Plus that whole thing, everything's controlled by 3 lizard men. Nah, this is some Wizard of Oz shit.
Man.
I said that.
Yes, you did. They could pull the curtain back. It would have been cool if it was the Wizard of Oz, because instead they pulled that shit back and it was like 3 Chuck E. Cheese animatronics back there.
Wait.
Shit, I thought they were going to be like, does somebody have a birthday today?
Happy birthday, little boy or girl.
Yeah, Wizard of Oz would have been cool. They pulled it back on a goddamn Showbiz pizza back there.
Supposed to be Loki turned into Five Nights at Freddy's.
We see why Sylvie has a hard on for bringing the TVA down. I mean, they went in and snatched her ass. They broke in. They broke into her home.
Yeah,
when she wasn't bothering nobody.
What you doing, little girl? Oh, I just got the ship and I can go.
Yeah. They came in, they didn't say hi, nothing. They said, bring your little ass on.
Right.
On the authority of the timekeepers, I hereby arrest you for crimes against the sacred timeline. Reset it.
Wait, nothing.
Wait, what the fuck are you? I need an adult.
Can I get my boat?
They came in and kidnapped her, man. Nothing going on with that, man, as far as a warning or anything. Everyone now the gossip's starting to spread through the office.
Yeah.
Everyone hearing like, oh shit, I heard we variants. People looking for the truth.
I looked happy.
So I had said myself, I said, man, it was sinister what's going on with this. They're like cult members in a way.
Yeah.
That's what was really getting me here. But I didn't know that it was going to take this much of a sinister turn. You know?
Oh, really?
No, I didn't. I didn't know.
Because everything in the beginning was so happy and just a little bit goofy.
Yeah. That is true. I didn't know it was going. Even though that they were pruning people. Pruning is where they just pretty much eliminate people. But we did guess last week. We said, you know what? Now this was my guess that all right, yeah, because we had. And last week was an Owen Wilson episode. I'm sorry, it was an Owen Wilson-less episode. He was not an episode, but I did recall back to like, all right, you know what? When we saw that girl, I forgot the actress's name and I forgot the character's name, but it was the one. I guess variant. It's a TVA agent,
like C-20 or something.
It was the variant agent that they had.
Yeah.
When she was on Earth. And she was having memories. I said, you know what? Owen Wilson talks a whole lot about jet skis.
Jet skis in the 90s.
And then I looked up the Joesta soda and saw that is from the 90s. And I was like, you know what? These people are actually, they don't know where they came from. And this has been a big reveal right here that was the case. How did that hit you, man?
Well, I mean, a lot of that was, like I said, from the beginning, it's like, there's a feeling something's going on. That from the minute Loki was questioning their religion, and getting pushback, I was like, yeah, he's right. This shit is not what it seems to be. And yeah, just the more they were dropping clues. So I wasn't terribly shocked. I just thought it was going. I mean, I keep forgetting it's only 6 episodes. So I was thinking it's going to take longer for people to catch on.
That's what got me. Because when I say sinister, I keep forgetting that it is six episodes. So. Yeah, it got me, man, with a couple of, quote unquote deaths that they have in here because Owen Wilson just came back and I'm like, oh, thank God.
I was like, oh, he's back.
Owen Wilson back and he's like, hello. Ah! They prune him immediately, man.
I was sad in that moment where he knew he was caught and was trying to talk his way out of it.
Man,
I was like,
So here's where Mobius, like this caught me completely off guard when he was pruned.
Have you had a jet ski? That's what I like to do. Just riding around on my jet ski.
Prune him.
Man, I wanted him to scream like Owen Wilson. Like, oh. And Loki, man, see, this is what pissed y'all off because when they killed him, everybody saw that look on Loki's face. He's like, oh no, I had a crush on him. Because he cried like he really
was my only friend.
Like he was a lover. He's like, oh. And people saw that and they're like, oh, he was in love with him. We'll talk about that in a minute.
I think he was just like, man, this guy was my one chance to get out of here.
Yeah, exactly. And that was messed up for 2 reasons, man. One, I have to say it was funny when his ass got busted because he thought he was slick.
He did.
He gave up quick.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, I just noticed that I took your phone by mistake.
That Owen Wilson charm worked on everybody but her. She's like,
yeah, her face did not change.
She's like, I ain't no Earth bitch. Oh, wow, look at this. How did this get in my pocket? And she's like, shut the fuck up. And he gave up quick. I wonder how I got, fuck.
Yeah, I got all the way down there before I even realized I picked up yours. What's the problem, Mona?
Shit. When she wouldn't look at him in the eye anymore, that's when he knew he was fucked.
You just kind of hate to see somebody get busted like that. Even when they deserve it and you don't like them, it's still that, like, oh, I feel so bad for you.
And Loki sitting up there standing like, you know what Loki looks like? Loki looked like that person that when they're with their friend, when their mama's about to get on them and give them a whooping.
Yes.
Loki's that friend at the house when you get in trouble with your mama. Your mama's yelling at you, and you just kind of like, man, I just want to go home.
Yeah, I wish I wasn't here for this. I don't even like seeing you this way.
That's messed up for that reason right there, because it's just uncomfortable to see him get busted like that. And just 5 minutes ago, man, they were friends. They were having a drink together. She was telling him, they were tipsy, talking about, I love you too.
Fine, you want the truth. But the variant scares the hell out of me, and I didn't want to see anything happen to you.
Damn, she's about to give him some pussy. She looked like she was actually going.
There was a little bit of flirting going on.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it seemed like something could have happened, or maybe it did in the past, or they got close before.
Yeah. I was like, that's why, another reason why I didn't see that coming, because they had that moment right there, because they've been leading up to these big moments where every episode, I never thought that they were going to cross the line because that would have been cheap. I never thought they were going to cross the line where they were going to be lovers, but I did think like, man, they're showing that the bond, their friendship is really tight. And I never predicted that they would have that moment.
You didn't predict it because you haven't worked in an office building. You haven't worked in an office in a long time.
Damn, a lot of backstabbing in there, man. No wonder Loki fits in here. But also, in addition to Mobius, that was a surprise. But again, with everybody being pruned and us considering pruning to be instant death, nobody thought that Loki was going to get the stick. See, that's how you know that Loki's in love with her, because he fought that shit up as long as he could just to give her that last look.
No, I had such plans for us. For me. For you. You know what I mean.
When people in love die, the face is the last thing to go in movies. So you can see them eyes one last time. Yeah, I love you. Yeah, a lot of people were mad that Loki had a spark, no pun intended. I really did. Had a thing, obviously, for Sylvie, because everybody wanted their fan fiction to come true of Mobius and Loki getting together. People were pissed about that. And Disney's like, when are you going to realize we don't give a shit about your fan fiction?
Right.
Not everybody's gay.
You know what? We were going to have Mephisto show up, but not anymore.
No, because all you're going to do is try to make him gay. Yeah. No. Well, he is flaming. Shut up! Questions that arise from all of this is, you know what? First of all, when they killed Loki right here, Disney should have pulled a Loki. They should have told people it was only 4 episodes. And then that happens.
Oh, yeah. And you just go like, so you just kill him at the end?
You just kill him? Really? With that's it? They should have Loki'd the hell out of y'all and then secretly put up the last 2 episodes. So, let's ask some questions and see if we can make some theories, maybe answer some of these questions. But, so, with seeing Loki pruned, we thought that meant people died. Now, maybe this is just for Loki. I don't know. But we don't know what happened with Loki. Maybe there's some kind of afterlife, but it looks like he's not dead. Of course he's not dead. He's a major character.
Yeah, it's his show. And we see him at the stinger at the end.
But is this some sort of afterlife for him? Is this or let's ask this question after we watch this clip.
Is this hell? Am I dead?
Not yet. But you will be unless you come with us.
Now, before we even go on to the big question that I have, I want to ask you, and I'll tell you when to answer me, who are these people right here? Because I'm guessing that is that is Richard Grant right there as the comic book version of Loki, because he looked like he's at Comic-Con right now.
Yeah. It's funny because he was in that one episode for just the briefest cameo, and people were mad. It's like, how you gonna get Richard E. Grant and just have him be a drunk and then just leave?
And there he is right there. The kid, why does this? Because he look like different versions of Loki. Like, why does this kid have a gator? Is that Florida Loki right there?
I mean, but that is Kid Loki. That's a thing.
Why does he have a gator? And who is John Henry back here?
That I don't know. Maybe that's an alternate Thor.
Yeah, from Florida. And like I said, my man back here, I don't know if that's a Loki, like that big John Henry looking dude.
No. That gator that he has, that's actually Loki's son.
Okay.
He's the I forget his name, but it's it wraps the world.
Got you. And
or it's in the bowels of Midgard.
And big man back here.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, looks like, is that a hammer that he's got?
Yeah.
Because that makes me think he's some other version of Thor. I don't know about Isaac Hayes.
Oh, cool.
Thor.
Black Thor.
Yeah, right.
Nice, man. So the question to ask here, besides who these characters are, where's Loki, and if Loki's not dead, what does pruning mean? Does it mean they put him in some sort of purgatory? Does this mean like this is an alternate dimension? Like, we were guessing some things today. Like, is that New York?
And it is an apocalypse.
It is an apocalypse. Is that New York where Loki actually won, or the aliens came in and took over?
Yeah.
Is Loki hallucinating? There's a lot of questions to be asked now that people aren't being, at least now that Loki, when he was pruned, he didn't die.
I mean, maybe it's because, so where he is being arrested and picks up the Tesseract was chronologically takes place at the end of the first Avengers movie. So maybe it could be a timeline where, like, well, with you not there, this is what happens.
Yeah, somebody even said, like, is that the Avengers Tower back there?
That does look like, Avengers Tower, Stark Tower.
So this is where Loki maybe won and messed up things even more.
Mm-hmm.
Things that come out.
Yeah.
But also, what happens when someone else dies, or we thought died by pruning? Where do they go somewhere? The agent that we thought that they kept saying was dead.
Mm-hmm.
I was there. This was real what I saw. This is a place that I've been. This wasn't the TVA. This wasn't
playing that shit loud. No wonder you got caught. In a library. Is she dead? Is Mobius dead? Are they going somewhere else?
I mean, what we see at the end would lead you to believe that they go somewhere else.
Yeah. So pruning is not actually death. Pruning is maybe sending you to some other dead end
level,
the level branch. Because I wonder if we were actually, because I'm predicting right now that, and this would be corny, but I wouldn't doubt they did it, that Owen Wilson has talked about jet skis so much, maybe he'll come back. You'll see like a de-aged version of him on a jet ski drinking Josta.
Yeah.
Maybe you got Loki on a boat and he's going by jet ski. He's like, hey, everything's A-okay. But that, this is one of the things where I want to see where this goes. I want to see if these people really are dead. Because I even earlier when they were pruning people, I said, man, they are doing this so much and they're so ruthless with it. I wonder for this, to be a Disney show, I wonder if they actually are just killing people this much like this.
Right. Well, plus we've seen in the preview Loki in his running for president, vote Loki, shtick. So that has to come into play next episode or the last one.
Yeah, we only got 2 episodes.
Yeah.
So if the TVA is as sinister as it's coming across at this moment, and Ravonna being a villain, at least for right now, I would like to know, is the TVA really as bad as it's coming across right now? Would there be another twist? Because who is, now these 3 puppets that they had, these animatronics, they obviously were not in control. And I had a feeling that they would not be. Plus that reveal that they had, it was too soon.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, who is running the TVA? Even though Ravonna is a villain, she's not in control. Mm-hmm. She has to answer to somebody. She didn't even know, or maybe I don't even think she knew that they were animatronics.
Yeah, it's hard to figure out if she knew that or not. Because she would be trying to protect them.
Yeah.
Even if she thought they were real.
Yeah. So who is now?
But then her whole thing, like giving the stick to Sylvie, she almost like she's going like, please kill me too.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, does she know when she goes in there? Does the real puppet master reveal himself? I'm taking a guess that maybe they won't even show him. But it might be a setup for Kang the Conqueror. Because you have, what's his name playing him?
Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors playing him. So he's being set up. That guy does play with time a lot.
That's his thing. That's all he does. So that makes sense. That Kang would be the one doing all this.
Yeah, he just set up all this right here. And I don't. And now, why he made it in an office other than maybe to just be cruel?
Yeah, just to be cruel.
Because he is a petty son of a bitch, man. Yeah, this could, because Kang the Conqueror. Now, who's the guy playing him right there?
Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors. He's going to be the Ant-Man villain. He's going to be introduced in Ant-Man.
Oh, that's right. I was like, why would Kang, who can manipulate time, fight Ant-Man? But the quantum realm.
The quantum realm.
Okay.
So maybe the TVA is something set up by him. They could be. I wouldn't be surprised if you hear his name or they give you some kind of hint. There's one man that's doing this, and you don't want to piss him off. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. I've been
collecting you variants.
With Loki, man, do you feel like perhaps Loki is? Are they really trying to make Loki a good guy so that they can really keep cashing on this character? Because now we're seeing, now that Loki has been thrown into messing with all these timelines, the TVA, one thing about no matter how sinister the TVA is coming across, they have beat his ass.
So much that here, this is one thing I saw. Well, here's a progression. Owen Wilson comes back in and he's going like, oh yeah, Loki, you're a piece of shit. You're always going to backstab and you're nothing. And Loki was over it. He's like, yeah, I know what you're going to say. You didn't say this. I'm going to be alone, blah, 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 whatever. Mix it up a little bit, can you? So whatever beating up they've done to him, it's made him stronger.
Well, they broke him down because at this point he's had to admit, they broke him down to a point where he never would have belittled himself.
Sure.
They put him in a loop where he was getting the shit slapped out of him so much he finally sunk in. He's like, yeah, maybe I am an asshole.
I crave attention. It's because I'm scared of being alone.
By the way, somebody said in the chat, no one paid attention here because no one's mentioned how they've taken down many versions of Titans, Kings, and Eternals. It was Titans, Vampires, and Eternals.
What's that?
They mentioned, Owen Wilson at one point mentions, we've taken down Titans, Vampires, Eternals. Why these two orphan gods are paying the ass right now? So it wasn't Kangs, it was Vampires.
Kangs.
Who did not pay attention now? It was Kree and Vampires.
Yeah, Kree.
Yeah. So
Kangs. It's not like Kangs is a race or a group. It's one Kang.
Well, they're thinking maybe variants of Kangs, but no.
I suppose.
That's another thing where I was thought like maybe they're setting up some stuff for Blade 2 here. They mentioned Vampires, just dropping the name. Yeah, because you got Blade coming up.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah, you might as well start throwing them out there.
Yeah. So they, this is a way of throwing out a lot of hints there. But is Loki? Do you get the feeling that are they really trying to set him up to be a good person now that he's like, oh, you know what, I was wrong.
Listen, there's a lot of money in anti-heroes, and that's where it all is. Mm-hmm. And that's what they're going to do. I mean, he always kind of felt like that, except, well, like some of his plots, like trying to take over the world. That's clearly a villainous role and cutting out a dude's eye. But making him an anti-hero, that means that he gets to be chaotic, but still funny and likable.
Yeah. We'll see, man. We'll see. Definitely one of the great things about this show is they really know how to give you a lot of questions to set up for the next episode, and great cliffhangers on top of that. Like, I really want to see where this comes in. Now, some people might know these characters, but how do they fit? Where is he? What's up with this desolated New York back here? Man, I am dying to find out. Every time they cut off, I'm like, damn, man, why you do this? I love it, man. I love it. I really want to know if they're going to start hinting at things. I don't think they'll throw a big Blade reference out there at the moment. I mean, they're just planting a seed. But Kang could be something that is a big setup right here. Yeah. And I really want to see if that's going to be something that they start to allude to more. And now we only got 2 episodes left, so things are going to move real fast.
Well, one thing you know about Marvel is they're always looking to set up the next thing with whatever they're working on.
Yep. As for the TVA, where do you think this could go? Will they dismantle it, restructure it?
Yeah, we might find out it never really existed.
Okay. Yeah, I'm so excited, man. This show is brilliant, man. It gets so weird, and yet it does some great storytelling. It doesn't get so weird where it's too crazy to understand. Yeah, I'm loving it, man. I'm really loving this. I can't wait. Somebody said Disneyland is a TVA. Well, Disneyland is an illusion.
And you lose track of time and money.
Now, somebody came in. They did make a good point here, because I heard this already mentioned by somebody else. I was discussing some things with somebody, and we were trading theories. This is one of the editors. I'll just go and tell you right now. One of the editors and I, we were talking about this and trading around theories and having fun discussing this, because once it was over, we just kind of like, oh, let's talk about it. And one of the things that he said, if there's anything weak here, and who said this? Somebody in the chat said this. And sorry I can't give you credit, but they said, because like it went by so fast. Actually, let me see. Oh, it was Yabo Slaughter said the weakest part of this show is probably the fight scenes.
Yeah.
This time, I finished the job.
Loki back to just swatting flies.
No. I'm laughing because, like, you know, I'm watching the show. My wife comes in the middle, actually toward the end, and she always got to say something when I'm watching the show, and I have to like, can you please? And she's sitting over there, and she's like, boy, they sure are moving slow, aren't they? I'm like, hey, can you just like let me watch this? And now I look at it, I'm like, shit, they are moving really slow.
Gotcha, bitch. Yeah, the guy will agree. Yeah, this. I didn't think they were terrible, but I was like,
they're not terrible, but they're just so standard, like almost like oh yeah, fight scene.
Well, you know, the thing with this is that the fight scenes are not the main.
No,
thing
well,
here,
of course.
So it's
that's why not harping on it.
Yeah, it's not so much an action show, you know.
Yeah, I expect that, but it is just people kind of play acting, swatting back and forth.
Yeah, and I don't think they're choreographed all that well either. No. I'll give you that. Yeah, like I said,
plus, you get a villain on the ground, you don't turn your back on him.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm looking at this here, like this made me laugh.
This time, I finished the job.
Loki back there like he on fire. You see that in the background? Yeah. They're not staged as much as because I looked at this and we've been talking about this, man. The cinematography on this show is amazing. The sets are amazing. You know, they've had a chance to be just really wild and creative with this, and you know you have those moments where the sets are just fantastical, but then like we said, man, the interior decorating is really cool here. And the cinematography is really nice.
Well, if you did know the TVA, at least the timekeepers were fake, you had to know when they got to that scene. Because everything else, like you talk about, like the meticulous work and all, the interior decorating and how it looks everywhere. You get to that scene, the big chamber, and there's a bunch of fog everywhere.
Yeah.
And looking like the Indiana Jones stunt show.
Yeah, it really is. I do think it's still a good show, man. I think this is some of the most. This is some of the. It is the wildest, but also tightest writing that they've done so far. I mean, it has to be tight to bring all this craziness together. What do you think, Martin?
I'm liking it.
Yeah, no, I'm really enjoying it. It continues to be my favorite show on Disney Plus, and I man, you know, I know it's my favorite because every time it ends, I'm pissed off. It's when and that's good. I don't want them to be on Netflix.
Yeah.
Because I always end like, well, Netflix doesn't. Oh, we ain't Netflix. Shut the fuck up.